I get, I chosen to do it's now my first Tonight Show, and I'm petrified. Johnny had an aura about him that was actually really scary. He was so revered by the comedians. The show was so revered because you could have a career out of one good shot. We saw it happen with Freddie. When Freddie Prinze went on and did a killer shot, suddenly he's got a sitcom, Chico and a Man. Suddenly he's in Vegas. Suddenly he's here, and it happened over and over again for people. Gabe Kaplan. Suddenly there's Welcome Back, Kotter. There's so, and we so admired him for a lot of reasons. He was so great. He had such an aristocracy about him, and he was, I don't know, there was so much power about him because there was no other late night show. There was a brief attempt by Joey Bishop on ABC, but and then the other good ones were earlier. Mike Douglas was in the afternoon. Merv Griffin was earlier in the night. Johnny was show business.
Right.
I mean, it was something about him, L.A., Ed, Doc, the whole thing, and he was just powerful. So I get there, and I'm just terrified. I'm just terrified, and I'm doing a bit that was my closer. I'm not a joke guy. I can't do what the great ones do who do a great 6 minutes. I didn't have those things. I did a conceptual piece about it was called The Mood Comic. It was a comedian who did his act like a late night singer, a lounge singer. And I got Ross to play the piano. There was their piano player. And I gave him the cues, what I had to do. So I had to have a rehearsal with him. And this guy who just said, "Thank you so much," and did jokes and did impressions and so on. And it was all timing. There were very few lines. It was all thank yous and it was funny, but it was not a Tonight Show kind of bit. So, but I was terrified. So now they take me behind the curtain. I look at this red curtain. It just all feels the same, and they lead you. And there's two guys paging the curtain. They're going to open the curtain, and I hear the band playing, and they're coming out of commercial. And the guy's saying, "Well, Potter, you just walk to the mark," and so on. Now, the stage manager said to me right before I went on, "Okay, watch me. When you're finished, when you're done, look at me. If I'm like this, you stay there and take your bow. But if I go like that, it means you're going to the couch. So just keep your eyes on me." So there's always that awkward moment. Since then, if you ever look at old tapes of the Tonight Show, of any comic who doesn't get over to the couch, they stand there and they have this look, waiting to go over, and it's terribly painful.
Talk about the significance, though, of going to the couch.
Going to the couch was like, you're getting to meet the king. You're getting the okay from Johnny, and you're going to have a career. I mean, it was that kind. You wanted his approval so badly.
Right.
He was that great to us, and he was the only show in town. So I do my thing, and it's getting laughs. It's going really good, and I finish. "Thank you so much," is the last thing it says. The band strikes up my playoff music. Ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da-dum. Thank you. I look over, and the guy goes. So I walk over to the couch. I shake Johnny's hand, and sitting next to him is Orson Welles. Orson was the first guest. I'd say shake his hand. We sit down, and Johnny says something lovely. "It's great to see a young guy come out here and do so well, and he had a character, and it really worked for you. Great to see. We'll be right back." And he went, "Good job." And for that, really funny. That was it. So Craig Tennis was the segment producer, he had also told me before the show, if you get over there, don't talk to Johnny. Don't say anything to him.
Off the air.
Yeah, in a commercial break.
Okay.
So I sit there and I got Orson Welles, and Johnny's there, and he's got the pencils with the two erasers on either side. And he's drumming on his cigarette box, right? And so I just looked over at him. I mean, there was something very striking about Johnny. He had very chiseled features, and he had sort of, these great eyes, almost like Sinatra kind of eyes, but he was Johnny. And I found myself like staring at him. And he felt it, and he looked over, and I went, "How's it going?" And he started laughing. It's going pretty good. I said, "Well, that's good. Good to know." Yeah, okay. And we just laughed. And I was doing a Dean Martin roast. I had taped it earlier for Ali, actually. And that's what I was plugging, was the roast, that I was going to be on the roast. And I got into the Ali thing quick, and I did it, and he fell apart.
Oh, so when you're on the couch, you got to do the Ali.
I got Ali sitting next to him. Yeah, I went right for it. And Wells was on the roast also, the Dean Martin roast, with me. So he said some nice things, and so it was, that was it. And then it was the most tension-packed night I think I've ever had in my life.